And we are starting. It's all you, Matt.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. It's Matt Cannon, El Paso, Texas. Welcome to the Pivot Shift Ahead Daily Call. I'm standing in for the great James Shaw. James is out living life, right? Life is life, and he's out living it. I'm grateful for the opportunity to see all these smiling faces this morning. Hey, we had a good pre-show. If you guys are not on the pre-show, 7:30 Eastern, hop on it. It's a lot of fun. We hear a lot of good stuff. Today we're going to be in the shift book. We're going to be in the shift book. It's going to be page 26, 27, 28 in the foreword. If you got your shift books, most of us have a beat up copy. We're going to be in the shift book. We're going to be talking about want tos versus don't want tos. But before we do that, let's get a couple tell me something goods. Jeannie Hayes, Lakeland, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt. It's great to see you. You're doing a great job this
Great to see
morning.
you. Thank you.
Yes, and I am not in Lakeland, Florida this morning. That's my something good. I'm up in Canada visiting family for a whole week. So had a great month. I believe I've got everything lined up for my business. So I'm looking forward to enjoying a week with my family up here in Canada.
Good for you. Hey, Jenny, try the apples. I hear the apples are pretty good. I hear they're pretty good this time of year in Canada. I love that, Jenny. Have a good time. Brevon Pittman Vaughn the third. Good morning. What do you got?
Hey, and good morning from Raleigh. I am here. Tomorrow is my mother's 70th birthday, so we're here to
Mm,
celebrate her. She she is going through some health challenges at the moment, so if you would just also
mm,
lift her up in prayer. But we're here to celebrate her and her gorgeousness on tomorrow.
mm. Hey, Bree, what's your mom's name?
Barbara.
Barbara. So 70th birthday tomorrow. Got it. Will do, Bree. We're gonna think
Thank
about your
you.
mom, pray for her. Thank you, Bree. Ira Goodman. Good morning again, brother. How's it going?
Good morning, twice in one morning. Wow. So I just wanted to talk about the fact that the frequent touches really make a difference. I met a woman and her sister 4 years ago at a community access day. Have been in touch with her, have wound up leaving messages on my DTD2 almost every quarter. And 2 weeks ago, she answered the phone and it basically said, "Oh my God, the timing is amazing. I've already had an appointment with her, and when I walked in to the coffee shop, she said, 'I really feel like I know you.' I said, 'Well, we did meet 4 years ago,' but it's just the idea of keeping in touch."
Hmm. Ira, that doesn't surprise me one bit that you keep in touch with people on a regular basis. I don't know. Who wouldn't want to work with Ira, right? Who would not want to work with Ira? And I'm telling you, I could go down a whole rabbit hole on this, but you really don't know when people need help. Your job is to be there consistently for them, in a pleasant way, non-pushy, and they're going to let you know when they need help. That's the business. We're going to take one more. Irene. Irene, good morning. I can't
Yep.
go on until I get your tell me something good. Good morning.
Thank you, Matt. Great job as always. And yes, I can attest to the fact that apples in Ontario, which is our province, are fantastic at this time of year.
I love that.
My some my something good is actually for last week. I just haven't had a chance to share this week. A lot of you follow me on social media, but for those who don't, we did a remote work test week last week. So my OP husband and I headed to the Azores off the coast of Portugal, and it wasn't us taking our computers on a vacation. It was us going down to work from a different office because we do want to do more of this and we wanted to see how it would work. And it was a great experiment and I'm looking forward to doing more of it. Next year, I would really like to do the same thing and then go to the mega camp in Portugal, and then maybe from there go to Prague. Prague is
Hmm.
having their mega camp right now, so I'm already seeing sort of the rabbit trail and the breadcrumbs of where we could go next. And I'm just so appreciative to work with a company and with an international family that gives us this opportunity.
Irene, that's a great share. I love being a part of a group where people are literally traveling the world,
Yeah.
right? People are traveling the world, trying to get better, looking for ways to improve. If that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what does. We got people here who are just like, "Hey, I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm going to Prague." How many of you guys thought you were going to hear the word Prague this morning on the pre-show? And Irene just dropped it. Well, listen, Irene, thank you so much. That was a great share.
Thank
We
you, Matt.
appreciate it. I want to be like Irene. Hey guys, we're going to get into the topic on the shift book. We're gonna go through some pages 26, 27, 28 real quick. We're going to talk about a shifting market, some examples of things that you don't want to do that you are doing so that you can get to what you do want to do. We got a couple announcements. We do have a couple of announcements. First of all, do me a favor. I want you guys to remember on Monday, there's a new link for the call. On Monday, James D. Shaw is going to get a bunch of text messages from people who can't get into the call. And the reason is we got a new link. What you got to do is, yep, and it's not live yet. You can't go there now. What you got to do is you got to wake up on Monday morning. You got to go to www.jamesdshaw.com. There is join our free daily call. You go ahead and click on it. You go ahead and register on it. That's going to get you into the call. And you need to do the same email as you do your Zoom. That way it's going to be nice and linked in together. So Monday morning, reminder, jamesdshaw.com, click join our free daily call, and you're going to go ahead and re-register, and that's going to get you into the call on Monday. Second thing is, yeah, it is Byron. Byron, it's very important to wake up Monday morning. Guys, how good was Anna Kruger? Can you put an emoji in the chat? Do me a favor, put an emoji in the chat for Anna Kruger, hosted the call yesterday. How good was Anna Kruger? I don't know if you guys know Anna Kruger. She was an ISA on a team for many years, very successful team. Anna Kruger doesn't just talk the talk; she has walked the walk. And whenever she comes and gives these classes, people pay really good money. She's doing a class right now, the no script sales method. That's amazing. And here she is hosting our call, giving us advice for free. So Anna Kruger, great job on the call yesterday. Thank you so much. We're blessed to have someone like you that can pop up and go ahead and randomly host the call. All right. So that being said, we're going to hop into it. We're going to hop into the shift book. Break out your old crusty shift book. We're in the foreword. And so what happens is, Gary Keller, I was in the Leadership Academy. He told this story. Gary Keller had a conversation with his son. All right. We're getting back to basics, right? James wants us to get back to basics. We're talking about in a shifting market. And Gary Keller had a conversation with his son one time. And he talks about it. And he said, hey, son, I need you to do this. And the son's response, yes, it is crusty. The son's response was, I don't want to. And then, Gary was basically like, okay, well, how come? And then the son goes, well, I don't know. I just don't want to. So, of course, Gary gets triggered being Gary, and he starts going down, this rabbit hole, and he starts to think. Now, in the book, you're gonna notice it. If there's Gary draws out a line, and he says on the far left of the line, there's complete failure, and the far right of the line is massive success. And he says that somewhere in the middle, he draws a circle, and it says average. So from the book, Gary says the road to average is paved with, I don't want to. And he says that most people are kind of caught in the middle of, I don't want to. And in the Leadership Academy, Gary says, hey, man, want to, it's got nothing to do with it, right? Now, here's where it gets tricky, right? We know that when we're doing our job, we really want to try to stay in the things that keep us excited and motivated and passionate. And we like to do these things. But Gary goes on to say, I don't know of any job where anyone loves 100% of all of its details. He says there's no goal worth having that doesn't require doing some type of undesirable task. He gives a couple of examples. He says the fly fisher loves to fish, but Melanie Williams, we're in shift. This is the foreword. He says, but we don't like to haul the boat in and out of the water. He says the musician loves to perform, but they don't like hauling their equipment in and out of the bus. And he says, in a shift, we're in an era of extra effort. So my question to the super smart community is, we know we want to stay in doing activities that keeps us motivated, but we also know that sometimes you got to do the dishes. So my question to you is, how do you balance doing what you have to do with doing what you want to do? And I want to hear some examples from some of these agents, how they do things. I want to hear what you don't want to do, but you do it anyway, so that you can either get to things you want to do. Let's hear from the group. Robin Nelson, good morning. How are you doing? Lead us off.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity. So if you don't like carrying your amp into the gig, you hire a roadie. And a lot a lot of you know I'm a big John Acuff fan, and John says that there are actually different levels of procrastination. So when you need to do something you don't want to do, you think, you plan, there are different stages. You do and you dream. And so you identify when you need to do something and you don't want to do it, you identify what type of procrastination stage you're in. And so my husband and I are building a little RV park. So there are different stages. And I realized I was procrastinating in the plan stage. Being the high D, I just want to go in and get it done, and so that was it. I identified it. It had no power over me, and I planned and got her done.
And you knocked it out. I love it, Ross. That's a great example. Good share. D Moss, good morning, brother.
Good morning. Couldn't find the button. Thanks for letting me share. There's a concept that we followed for a long time here called LFTs. And no, that's not for a tobacco product. LFTs is looking forward tos. You have to be real old to remember what it was about, a tobacco product. In other words, what you got to do is look towards the benefit of the drudgery you're doing now. Case in point, something we do every day is lead gen. Nobody really gets in there and says, man, I want to go in there and make 100 calls today. Wow. Nobody does that. But the reason you do that is because you see benefit and success and power and flourishing at the end of that. So you have to focus on the outcome, but commit to the process. I mean, there's an old statement or speech or line from a very famous civil rights guy, who you know who he is, says, keep your eyes on the prize. If you keep your eyes on the prize instead of the ground in front of you, you'll go a lot further. So thanks for letting me share.
Hey, Dean, how many phone calls do you make a day on average?
Generally in a day, I'll call about 50 to 70 people.
50 to 70 people. Is that something you enjoy doing, or that's something you have come to terms with doing so that you can get to what you want to get to?
Well, the funny thing is, in a way, I do enjoy doing it because I know that's the key to success. I mean, I don't like to talk to people that are screaming at me, yelling at me, have a beef with me or anything like that. Nobody does. But the reality is you have to commit to the process because that's what makes you who you are. So yeah, in essence, I do like doing that. That's what I got to do every day. A lot of people in the world don't get to do what they want to do. And you have to commit to what makes you work, makes you move. Thanks for letting me share that.
I love it, Dean. You know what? When I was 16, I worked at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And I tell these people, I liked a lot of part of my job, but guess what? When it was time to close, I had to take out the trash. And we would take these huge trash bags and they were filled with all this stuff and they would spill out all over the place. And we had to take them to the smelly dumpster. Sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do in order to get to where you want to get to. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it. Orly, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see all of you. So there's a reason why they call this work. Not everything we do is pleasurable, but not everything that somebody has a 9-to-5 corporate job is pleasurable either. And all they have to look forward to is a paycheck at the end of 2 weeks. We get to do this for ourselves. There is no limit. The sky is the limit. What we put into this is what we get out of it. And that's what drove me all of these years. It's making a list. I'm a list maker and I love to check things off my list. So if I have my list of what I need to do every day and I get to check it off, I need to feel productive at the end of every day. That's a very important core value for me, that I valued something. I did something of value that will bring me a return on what I'm doing, even though I'm not enjoying it at the moment. And it becomes a habit. It becomes a reflex, like brushing your teeth. After all of these years, Dean doesn't have to think about what he's going to do when he gets into the office. It's automatic pilot. And then at the end of the day, it's about joy. And that's why in one of my chapters in my book, I ask you, what brings you joy? Because if you have joy to look forward to, either at the end of the day or the middle of the day, if you need to take a break, it makes it all worthwhile, because you're building a life by design and you get to do the work, so you get to reap the benefits.
No, it's a great share, Orly. Yeah, you got something that you're trying to get to. You got the joy, whatever that joy is you're trying to get to. But guess what? You got to do the work. And some of that work is not going to be, pink fluffy unicorn dancing on rainbow, as James likes to say. Sometimes you're going to have to do some things you don't want to do. And so that over time, your business morphs into more stuff you want to do to keep you motivated. Thanks, Orly. Great share. Maria Sims, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Matt Cannon. Good morning. We just locked in our team to beat you this
Oh yeah.
weekend, so we're
Okay.
excited on the football too.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah,
We'll
legs
see.
off at school, but anyway, we'll see.
We'll
Okay,
see.
so
We'll see. Maria Sims
for
definitely wants
me,
to
I
beat me.
think you
We'll
have
see
to
if we
be
can.
so clear.
All right. Sorry, Maria Sims.
I'm
Give us
gonna
your
beat
answer.
you.
I'm
I'm
sorry. Go for
manifesting
it.
it. Okay, so I think you have to be so clear on your big why, especially in markets like this where it does require so much more effort, right? And your big why could be, hey, I need to pay for my house so that my kids have a home, or it could be impacting your community. Whatever that is, you need to see that and see that every morning. So before you go out to do all the hard stuff, you've got to remember why you started. And then for me, like clapping in the small wins right now, like woohoo, we did this well and we did that well, and just remembering that you have to fill up your cup quicker, because you get depleted so much faster in markets like this. So you're
That's right.
having so much more effort. So look for those little things, like if it's taking a 15-minute walk, if it's, picking my son up at school, whatever it is that brings you joy in the middle of the day, you've got to do those. And then at the end of the day, it's your decision. Whether you want the pain of doing it or the pain of not doing it, because there's pain either way.
Maria, what is something that you don't like to do that you do either day in and day out or sometime throughout the week? Give me an example of something that you don't like to do, but you do it anyway.
You know what? So making phone calls, aren't we all in this business? But what I've done is I've learned to find the joy in it, right? Like I get to talk
Yep.
to the most amazing people. I'm like Orly, I like hitting a goal. So I know I've got my little checkbox of how many people I've talked to. And it's like almost adrenaline rush when I actually get through and am able to check my last little name.
That's right.
But it's finding, making phone calls is tough, but we have to talk to so many more people now. But you know what? We just have to push through and do it anyway
Yep. I love it.
and
That's a great
find
share.
joy in it, because there is joy in it.
There is joy in it. I agree. There's joy in almost any activity. And good luck this weekend, Maria Sims. I would hate to see you go out. So good luck. Hey, Miranda. Good morning, Miranda. Hey guys, lightning round, quick. See if we can get a few more in. Good morning, Miranda. What you got?
Good
What kind
morning.
of you got for us this morning?
Good morning, Matt. It's kind of more of the same of what Orly said and what Maria said.
Yep.
I'm really big into goals, and I like to think it through. If you can think through whatever it is that you don't want to do, what's on the other side of that? That helps me a lot. Okay, so I don't want to make phone calls. Well, I know that if I don't make phone calls, I'm not going to make my goals. And if I don't make my goals, how am I going to feel? I'm not going to feel happy, I'll tell you that. So I always have to think it through. What is beyond the action that I don't want to do, and force myself to do it and know that my goal is on the other side of it.
I hear you. Let me tell you something. Miranda is high speed. Miranda is crushing it. And I know that she does stuff that she doesn't want to do every day because she knows it's going to get to where she wants to get to. Barb Lewis, good morning. What you got? Other than looking for that sticky mute button.
Good morning. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yes, I was looking for mute. So this was a perfect topic today. Thank you. I do a fall photo shoot every year, and it is a little bit of a have to get my energy up for it. I just like a little bit out of my comfort zone. What happened was 2 years ago, it was a little drizzly and it just stressed me out so much. So I found a much better venue where we're indoor and outdoor. But I'm just starting to pump my energy to do that. And it does turn out great and the clients love it. So it's just a matter of getting behind it. Thank you.
That's right. I love that, Barb. That's a great share. Thank you. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up, I think, with Lee Corey. I don't think we're going to get the rest of the hands. Lee Corey, what do you got? Good morning. Good to see you.
I got a big loss last night, but that's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So I really like this job. I don't know. I think this is my calling, is to be a real estate agent. But one thing I don't like doing, and I now do it, is the Girl Scout tracking sheet that my husband made. So I don't have much of a choice. I'm more of a, just let me make my calls. I don't need to write everything down,
Nope.
but I do it. And the reason why I do it is because tracking really does help your business and you know where you are and where you stand. So that's my share for what I don't want to do, but I do it.
That's right. I love it. Hey, look, let me tell you something. Guys, there on the other side of average is basically doing the things you don't want to do. What you're looking to achieve is on the other side of that thing that you really don't want to do. But what you're going to find is that when you start doing that thing, I believe you're going to start to realize this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then you turn it into this is actually kind of cool. You get satisfaction of knowing that you have done your job at the end of the day. All right, guys, we're out of time. I'm sorry for the 6 hands we didn't get to. I would love to hear what you guys think, but hey, we got Facebook. We got the next week's call. So listen, Matt Cannon, El Paso, Texas. It's a pleasure as always to guest host this call. Thank you, James, for the opportunity. Hey, listen, Monday morning, go to www.jamesgshaw.com. Let's go ahead and get that new link. You guys have a great weekend. You got your inspiration. Now go put in the perspiration. We'll see you guys Monday. Bye.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Matt.
Matt.
Thank you,
Weekend,
Matt.
everybody.
Great call.
Thank you, Matt.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Thank you, Matt.